This is Pompeii, a city full of life just hours before it disappeared. Markets were open, people walked through narrow stone streets, merchants sold bread, fruit, pottery, and wine. Inside the bakeries, fresh bread was still being prepared. Some of it would never be eaten. Beyond the rooftops, Mount Vesuvius stood quietly. To the people of Pompeii, it was just a mountain, not a warning. Today, using AI and historical research, we rebuild Pompeii's final day. Not as a myth, but as a city that was alive until the sky turned black. In 79 AD, Pompeii was not a ruin. It was a wealthy Roman city near the Bay of Naples. Its villas, temples, streets, and markets were full of movement. The city was breathing. The marketplace was the heart of daily life. Traders shouted, families bought food, workers carried goods through the crowd. Everything looked normal. Inside wealthy villas, painted walls, oil lamps, and courtyards surrounded Roman families. These rooms were built for beauty. Soon, they would become memories. Vesuvius watched over the city in silence. People worked beneath it, walked beneath it, slept beneath it. That made it easy to ignore. But there had been warnings. Earthquakes had shaken the region for years. Some people may have felt the floor tremble, but tremors were common here. Buildings had cracked before. Some were repaired. Others were still damaged. Pompeii had learned to live with the shaking ground. At first, the signs were small. Cups rattled, dust fell, clay jars trembled on shelves. The danger began quietly. Animals sensed something strange. Horses became nervous. Birds rose from the rooftops. People looked around, confused. Then smoke began to rise from the summit. Thin at first, then darker. Some people stopped and stared. Others kept walking. Then the first ash began to fall. It landed on clothes, bread, fruit, and stone streets. The city did not panic immediately. It simply paused. Then Vesuvius exploded. A massive column of ash, rock, and gas shot into the sky. The mountain was no longer silent. The ash cloud spread above Pompeii like a black tree. Daylight began to fade. The people looked up and watched the sun disappear. At first, there was confusion. Some pointed toward the mountain, others covered their heads. No one truly understood what was happening. Ash settled on everything, on bread, on fruit, on pottery, on ordinary life. The familiar world was turning gray. Then confusion became fear. The marketplace broke into panic. Vendors abandoned their stalls. Baskets fell. Walking became running. The air became harder to breathe. People covered their mouths with cloth. Ash filled their eyes. The world became dark and heavy. Every minute, the ash grew deeper. Stone streets disappeared. Doorways became harder to reach. Every step took more strength. Roofs began to fail under the weight. Stone cracked. Timber broke. Dust burst into the air. Inside their homes, families waited in fear. Parents held their children close. The walls trembled. Some believed the worst would pass. Others tried to escape. They carried children, coins, food, or nothing at all. Some moved toward the coast, but Pompeii was becoming a trap. Vesuvius was not finished. Deadly heat, ash, and gas rushed down the slopes. When it reached Pompeii, there was almost no time left. The city had survived earthquakes, politics, trade, and war, but it could not survive this. Pompeii was not just destroyed, it was sealed. Then, after the violence, came silence. The markets were gone, the voices were gone, the footsteps were gone. Only ash remained. Objects stayed exactly where people had left them. Bread remained in ovens, paintings stayed on walls. A normal day had been frozen in place. Pompeii had not simply burned, It had been buried. Layer after layer covered the city, and that burial preserved its story. Centuries passed. The Roman Empire changed. New cities rose. Old names were forgotten. And beneath the earth, Pompeii waited. When archaeologists uncovered it, they found something extraordinary. Not just ruins, but streets, homes, walls, and details almost untouched. They also found empty spaces in the ash, spaces left behind by human bodies. When filled, they revealed the final positions of real people. Pompeii was not only history, it was human. That is why Pompeii feels different. It does not feel like a city from the distant past. It feels interrupted, paused in the middle of an ordinary day. Pompeii still fascinates us because it shows how quickly normal life can vanish. One morning, the city woke up. People worked, people laughed, people planned for tomorrow. But tomorrow never came. Before the ash, Pompeii was alive. Before the silence, there were voices. Before the ruins, there were families, streets, shops, and dreams. Pompeii did not disappear completely. It waited, buried beneath ash, silent for centuries, until the world found it again. And through its ruins, the final day still speaks.